Assalamu alaikum. So this is part 2 of the videos in general. You don't have to pay attention to anything in the background. I just needed something to create over. So this is talking about the business processes and kind of how I start with the client. So with the client, I make sure we jump on a call, and the call is a free consultation to kind of see what it is that the client wants and where they want to go in the future. So I'll have them tell me about their business, what they're currently doing, what they would like to do, and what more of their immediate goals are. So if they're launching a product, I'll let them tell me that, they're launching something and they want it to be complete by this date, or they have a grand opening and we're leading up and creating content to build around that for their social media page. Or maybe it's something like they have a special event and they want to make sure that it's being promoted, or they don't really understand like all the parts of creating a special event. So I would create the marketing portions for them. With that, I also make sure I give them the time frame. That's something that I'm newly working on, and I believe that 30-day spot is like a sweet spot for me. So I typically do $199 a month for everything that I am consulting with, and that includes the package where they have the commercial, which is around 45 seconds to a minute. They have a reel. They have 3 to 5 product shots. They also have a 30-day content calendar. They get tips on how to create social media, and then they can always, text me to make sure they're on the right path, or if they need any help with anything. They also are giving a ambassador part of that, which is where I create a podcast commercial for them, which airs on my Apple and Spotify podcast, Fajr Flight's Food. And they also get reviews. So if they have their own website, I leave reviews for them. I have set up a client with Google, so they would be able to have their listed business on Google. And then I also helped by giving a review on Google, just talking about how I worked with them, and that they were just great people in general. So that's what I have as far as what I list for them. I do have major ways to pay, so they can pay Cash App, PayPal, Stripe if they choose to. They can also Zelle. Most people typically choose Cash App just because it's normally what they are used to and it's easiest for most people. But I take Apple Pay. I would even take Facebook Pay. Someone just sent me. So whatever they would like to use for the most part. I don't do Venmo. I don't know about it from things that I can think of. And then these are the same thing. So the previous video also is what I do for events and food. So when I'm working with a restaurant, I work with them in the same way. For events, the difference is that I will also include maybe a podcast to go along with it. So actually doing a live taping itself. And for the food, I probably would enter more pictures and more video. But I actually have not paired with a restaurant specifically to make sure that I'm doing their content that was actually in state. I've only had out of town clients for that as well. But I'd like to do a lot more in the Chicagoland area. And then the same with events. I would like to do a lot more in Chicagoland area. Now I do typically work with them, but I do want to work more with events, especially large scale, like trade show level events as well.